for joining me today as we talk about using our Office Pro course materials. In this video, we will discuss using the materials, teacher tools, and much more. Let's get started. First, go to our website at testout.com and click the Login button. You will be provided your username and password from your account manager or account executive to get into the materials. Once logged in, click on My Products and then find the course you would like access to. Once you're in here, I do want to point out, though, that we have these teaching aids that are available for you. Here you'll find class activities such as PowerPoint slides and presentations, additional projects, capstone projects, and many other ideas in here. Course outlines, as well as getting started guide and lesson plans are also included in these teaching aids. Please feel free to look through this so you know what we have available for you as you're preparing for this class in the future. Clicking on the name of the course will get you into the curriculum. Here in the right-hand corner, you'll find a course outline. So you can go ahead and see all the different chapters that we have available. We're going to go ahead and jump into Word, and then we can see the sections within that chapter. In this case, we're going to go ahead and look at section 4.4. I'm going to just click on this video. In our materials, we recognize that there's many different learning styles that are out there, and so we're trying to appease those different styles. Here we have video instructions and demonstrations. We've got fact sheets, hands-on simulations, as well as some quizzes throughout the materials. So if I go ahead and play this video, I can just play it just regular video, or I can play it with the interactive script. That is my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down so they're not talking over me. This is Tracy. She is one of 5 teachers that we have in our course curriculum. You'll see that as she is explaining things on the right-hand side, we have the script, so you can follow along verbatim with what she is saying in that video. We do try to keep all of our videos in here under 5 minutes. You'll see this one is about 3.5 minutes. Each section does typically have about 3 to 4 videos, so you're looking at about 15-20 minutes of instruction time per section. So that's one of those videos. If we select the arrow here, we can go to the next section. It'll take you back and forth there. This is one of our fact pages. This is basically a descriptive or written out version of what we just learned in the videos. Here, obviously, we're talking about these buttons, so we can go ahead and see what those are, what they're called, and then the definition for those or how they are used down below. Next, we have our simulations. So we have 3 different kinds of simulations in our system. The first one is our skills lab. This is where they're going to go in and attempt to do these tasks for the first time. In this particular simulation, we are going to do a little bit more hand-holding than in the others, just because it is their first attempt. Something you need to know about our curriculum is we are all online, as well as you do not need the Office application installed in order to use our curriculum. So this is all simulated based. There's many students right now that are using Chromebooks that Office can't be installed onto, and so this is a great tool for those students because it does not need to be installed. So here we've got our document, so we can go ahead and see exactly what we're going to be working on. On the left here, we've got the tasks that we're going to be completing as well. I can look at all the tasks, and I can go through these and click on them and do them in whatever order I would like to. When I went through the curriculum, I went ahead and did the ones that I knew how to do first, and then would go back and work on and spend a little more time on the ones that I needed additional assistance on. So here our task is to center the first heading of the document. So I'm going to come in here. I don't know how many of your students might come in and hit the space bar to try to get it right there, right in the middle, which is not a correct answer, but your students are going to try to do that. But once they come in here and they complete the task successfully, they will get this instant feedback that says, hey, good job, you did it. That way they know that they have completed the task and they can move on from there. Once they complete this task, that task does get pulled out of the bucket, so they no longer have to do that task again. Next task goes ahead and pops up here for us. So this one says, show the formatting marks in the document. If I come in here and I say, ooh, I have no idea how to complete that task, I can go ahead and kind of play around in here. Try to figure out exactly what it is that I should or shouldn't be doing within the system, okay? Until I try to figure out exactly the result that I am looking for. If I'm still stumped after I've kind of looked around a little bit, we do have some hint options available. So the first one is an actual hint, which is just, written instructions on how to complete that particular task. The second is a show me option. Let me talk over me for a second. Okay, so this is a 5 to 25-second video of how to complete that task. You'll see this one was 5 seconds. So then I can come in here, now that I've watched that video, I can go ahead and accomplish the task, and it's going to give me that same pop-up box that says, hey, you did it, but we're going to have you do it again because this time you used help. So it just kind of builds some of that repetition for those things that they are still learning in the system. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. This time the task remains in the bucket, so I will come back to it here in a few minutes. A couple of the other cool features in our system is if you need multiple, if you have a task that you know how to do in multiple ways, we do allow multiple paths of completion. So in here, so if my task, for example, was to bold, I can go ahead and hit the bold key. I can right click. I can go ahead and hit the bold key here. I can get into my fonts. I can go ahead and create it there. I also have the ability to use hotkeys. So if I hit Control B, it'll go ahead and bold it for me here as well. So as long as you do the task correctly, it doesn't matter how you do it as long as it is done correctly, okay? So that's another option. One of the cool features in our system is we score everything for you. So once they have completed all of their tasks, they can go ahead and hit scored, and we're going to go ahead and indicate all their grading in here. In this case, I only did 2 questions and got one of them right, and the other one I needed help with. So that's why my score is only at a 1. I can come back in and do this as many times as I need to. So if I failed it that first time, I can go ahead and do it again here in just a few minutes to try to better my score. The next lab that we have is our challenge lab. In our challenge lab, it's going to be similar to our skills lab, but in this one, we're making it a little bit more challenging, where we are also trying to build speed, proficiency, and confidence. So they're going to be able to go and see how fast they can do these tasks. The object is to do it as fast as you can by keeping as many points as you can in here. So I can go ahead and hit begin. My task will populate just like in the last simulation. I can go ahead and see the task that I want to go ahead and complete initially. And then I can come in and complete that. Let's see, this task says build a list of 4 items at the end. So I can come down here, again, same kind of thing, complete the task. It'll give me that pop-up that says, hey, good job. You did it correctly. Then when I come back in here, okay, so this one says clear all the formatting within the first line of the document. So this line right here. So again, I get a little bit stumped on this. I don't know how to do it. I can kind of mess around in here a little bit to try to figure out exactly how to complete that task. If I am still stumped, I do have a hint button in here. We like to caution with this one though, you're welcome to use it as often as you can, but as soon as you hit that hint button, you lose the point for this task. But we know that some students are still learning in here, and so that's why we provide this to them. So they can go ahead and read those instructions, complete the task the way that they need to, and then get that pop-up box that says, hey, you did it, but you used help, so you don't get the point for that. This time it does just go away. You don't get a chance to redo it unless you redo the entire lab again. Okay, same with the other one. We can go ahead and score our lab, see what we did right or wrong, and then progress from there. One of the cool features in this challenge lab is this leaderboard. Unfortunately, I don't have any other students in my class, but yours usually you'll be able to see your name as well as the other students in the class. You do not see their names. They are all asterisks out, so we do not know who they are, but you'll be able to see how many points they have and the time that they have spent. The nice thing about that is your students are working through this. They will be able to see themselves progressively get better, as well as try to get that, number 1 spot or the spot that's jump up from them. So it just kind of gives them the gaming aspect. Because I don't know about you, but I haven't met a high school or junior high student who is not super competitive. So that's a great resource for them and an encouragement for them to do these tasks multiple times. In our challenge labs, we do have 3 variations. So if I started this lab up again, it would give me a variation to what we just saw so that your students can go through these multiple times and continue to learn there. Next, we have our tips page. This is similar to our facts page, but this is now that we have learned the information, where do we apply it? So that's on this tips page. And then our third type of lab is our applied lab. This is going to be the tests for your students. So once they've completed all those others, they should be able to complete these, and we just want to make sure. We are giving them all of their tasks right up front. We've taken away the hint options as well as the instant feedback. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the first task, which is to center my title. Centered note box that pops up that says, hey, good job. We're going to let them walk through all of those steps all on their own. Okay, so that's the third type of lab we have in here. We can go ahead and score the lab. Again, same thing, but this one's going to give us a little bit different information. It'll tell us still right and wrong, but it'll also give them an explanation as to how to do those tasks successfully. So if they did get something incorrect, they still have a resource they can come to and look at before they move on. And then again, all of these labs they can do multiple times in the system. So we also prepare your students for various certification exams that are out there. Our material will cover everything you need to know for all of the MOS curriculum, Word for these different sections, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, and Outlook. But we only have practice exams for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So those are in here as well. I apologize, I'm pointing at our Office Pro. This is an exam that covers Word, Excel, and PowerPoint all in one test. I apologize about that, but here is our MOS practice exams. So they can go ahead and come in here and take these exams as they need to. Okay, these are practices so that your students can be prepared for those various certification exams. So those are all in there. Okay, jumping out of here, going back to our home, let's show you a couple of other teacher tools that we have available. So if I go ahead and click on My Campus, this is where I'm going to see a lot of the things that are happening. When you first register for our system and you are going to be signing up your students, you are responsible to create your student account, create a class, and enroll your students in that class and activate a license. So it's a very simple process. Once you get to that point, we will send you additional instructions and demonstrations on how to do that. But once that is all in the system, you'll go ahead and be able to view your students' progress like we were talking, and let's look at that here. So find the class that I want to go ahead and pull information from. I can go ahead and click on this View Class Reports button. We've got multiple options here that you're welcome to go ahead and utilize. I'm just going to pull up the class gradebook. I can see all of my students at once with all of their scores. So James Mason here has gotten 100% on this lab. This is always going to show you their highest score, so he could have taken this 3 times. One of those times he got that 100%. Okay, if you want to drill in a little bit deeper to see a little bit more information on a specific student, you can do that as well. Let's look up James again. So here we can see how many times they've tried to go through the lab, a couple of different, time that they've spent, a couple of different scores, and then an average. So you can kind of monitor exactly what they're doing. Other things in here, we do have custom exams that are available. So your student, you can go ahead and create exams for your students using any of our questions as well as our simulations. So you can kind of come in here. These are your own questions that you can create as well. So you've got many options in here to test your students along the way. Thank you for joining me today. That is our system. It's hopefully you've seen it's very easy to use and very user-friendly. We look forward to working with you. If you have any additional questions, please contact us. Your account executives, account managers, and many others are here to help you. Thank you and have a wonderful day.